Welcome in the hold, and take everything that isn't nailed down.
In the Assassin's Creed series, the constant struggle of freedom versus order and agency versus control is evident in every aspect of the series. What better way then to tell a story of that struggle than in the eyes of a pirate? Edward Kenway's story is engaging and immersive tale that brings out the very best aspects of an Assassin's Creed game. A pirate's life is one of riches and glory that rarely stops the action. The world of Black Flag is truly outstanding. It feels more real than any other Assassin's Creed game I've played. Everything from fish jumping out of water to how light passes through thick jungles makes for one beautiful game. It definitely is the prettiest of the next generation, that's for sure. The outfits and voice acting to the massive ships and customization tools really looks and feels like something from the early 1700s. I was surprised at how immersed I felt myself getting into the art style and customization. It truly is a remarkable game. Edward's story is a very personal story about one man's wants versus responsibility. Edward himself is much more lively character than Connor. He is lively, funny, sarcastic, social, and a bit secretive. He can be a very funny character while also being able to deal with some very serious subjects. Overall, the character is a great example of what an Assassin's Creed protagonist should be and may very well be my favorite of the series so far. The main campaign itself is a very enjoyable journey. Unlike its predecessor, Black Flag starts with a very action-packed way that gives you an idea about what type of game you're about to get yourself into. Edward's conflict between the pirate life and the Assassin's Creed creates for an interesting story and keeps the wheels moving.
Benjamin Hornigold, Calico Jack, Charles Bane, and Blackbeard?
With Desmond gone, the protagonist in the modern world is you. The new formula of the modern world makes it much more accessible to get right back into the Animus and to the life of a pirate. However, if you take your time and explore the modern world, you will find some very interesting story elements.
Agreed, cards, Captain.
One big complaint was the ending of the game. While it did create action and closure to Edward's story, I can't help but feel a little disappointed with it. Unlike its predecessors, Black Flag's ending is a bit anticlimactic. It gives little to no advancement to the overarching story of Assassin's Creed. Never in an Assassin's Creed game have I felt like I was just one instrument in a much larger world. While exploring new islands and underwater shipwrecks, I often found myself running into ongoing ship battles between the English and the Spanish. Exploration is the shining star of Black Flag. I constantly found myself finding new islands to explore that were rich with content, often getting me distracted from the main campaign for hours. Most of the time will be spent on the Jackdaw, and it does not disappoint in the slightest. The Jackdaw runs like a smooth machine. Steering is easy, shooting is fun, and boarding other ships is exciting. This definitely feels like Edward's home. It was the one constant in the game, and Ubisoft made sure it had personality along with Edward. The ship battles were exhilarating. Never did I get bored of plundering ships with rich treasures. Even in a repetitive state, attack, board, kill, the formula never stopped me from wanting to battle. However, the combat on the ground did feel a bit repetitive. Edward's counter then attack method is an outdated combat mechanism that needs a unique change for the Assassin's Creed series. Another aspect of the game that I wish it would change is the eavesdropping and tailing missions. I really wish I wasn't stuck just listening for someone to give exposition for a few minutes at a time while I wait for the action to begin. The crafting system is a vast upgrade to the Assassin's Creed series. It allows for more exploration, which is one of the biggest draws to the game, to acquire materials for new armor and outfits for Edward. Overall, the game is amazing. It is a beautiful game that presents itself in a very well done manner. I gave it a 9 out of 10. For the full written review, check out my blog on MyIGN.